Hey, everybody. Welcome to Making Connections. This is your girl, Allie. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. As you can see, we are traveling, and that's what I love about this show. I mean, you can travel and do it wherever you are. And so, as we know, the show must go on, but I wanted to take opportunity because, you always see the flyers and things going forth, but I wanted to point out some specific things. So, um, on October 15th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the Charlotte area. It's going to be at the Movement School, 2701 Freedom Drive, is Black Family Reunion Charlotte, Black Together Again. And so it's a full day of fun and celebration, and the entire public is invited to the cookout. So, like I said, it's from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can register or find out more information at www.bfrclt.com. So basically, back Black Family Reunion Charlotte. So bfrclt.com for all the information. 8 a.m. They're having a breakfast. It's from 8 to 10. Everything's going to be happening at the Movement School. And then also during that day, there's going to be Purple and Pearls, domestic violence. There's several speakers for that occasion. The facilitator is Nicole Williams, Lady Laureate in the Charlotte area. They have different speakers: Yvonne Jackson, Tiffany Brown, um, Cindy Smith. It's going to be several people. So during that day, it's going to be all kinds of things going on. But I think you also have to get a ticket for the Pearl event. So again, go to that website, www.brfclt.com, for all the information. Get all your tickets. Um, you know that October is Breast Awareness and Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So there's so many different things going on. In Rock Hill, South Carolina, on October 14th, there's a free concert. It's the 8th annual fundraiser extravaganza. No Sad Story Ministries is the one hosting this event. You can go to, listen, the website is mynssm.org. I should have had all these up there, but mynssm.org. You can go to that website and get all the information. Also in South Carolina on October 15th is the fourth annual Domestic Violence Gala. Hosting this is Lady Melinda Sue. She'll be on the show on Monday to talk more about that. But it's in the Richland Community Activity Center on October 15th. 4 p.m. it begins, and it is a ticketed event. And so you can go to Grace INTLLITE. So it's Grace International Light is hosting. That is a church. And so again, these flyers will be in the Facebook group. It's so much to tell. I'm Enough. This is a community in Newton, North Carolina. They're having an event on October 29th. It's also about domestic violence awareness. And so that will be held in Newton on October 29th from 12 until at 422 North Caldwell Avenue. And then donate to families in crisis. This is Bring Back the Smiles to the Faces of the Children. This is Project Safe Haven, and Butterfly Project is doing this. And so, if you want more information about donating jackets, clothes, shoes, socks, different things, call this number 877-245-SAFE. That's 877-245-SAFE. And so, I wanted to kind of highlight those. There's also the Media Blast. Jonathan Coleman, who's the founder of that, is also taking donations. He's doing a raffle for breast cancer awareness, and so he's doing a raffle tickets for that. And so I'm doing a show. And so he's doing raffle tickets for that. And so if you want to know more information, like I said, you can reach out, look at the flyers in the Facebook group, and we'll go from there. And so now I'm going to bring on our guest for today, who is LaWanda Fair. And so Alan, if you want to go ahead and bring her in. Hey, LaWanda K.
Hi, everybody.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. How are you guys doing?
Good, good. We're so glad to have you. Welcome to the family.
Thank you. I'm excited.
And so, we're grilling for you today. So just in case you see somebody come through, we're grilling for you.
What? I love that. Thank you.
So since this is your first time to the show, I want to give you opportunity just to greet our family and tell them a little bit about who you are, and then we will jump into some more questions and talk about some great things you have going on.
Okay. Well, I am LaWanda K. Fair. I am the owner of Sisterhood Services, and I am one of the founders of our nonprofit United. Been looking at your stuff for like a couple years now. Also Blacktopia. So I
Yeah.
the stuff that you do, I love your outreach. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just share myself with her.
Yes, and I'm so glad you did because this is why we're here. Because I know there have been times in my life where I needed assistance or needed resources, and I didn't know where to go. But that's one of the things I love about Blacktopia. So if you're not in that group, join Blacktopia. But that's you see what other people have going on. You see like somebody who does photography, somebody who's doing if you want to support women, if there's people who are trying to support the men and get them together. So there's so many different things going on, and so if you just keep your eyes and your ears open, you can find your tribe, right?
Right. You definitely can.
Well, tell us more about. Well, you want to start with Sisterhood Services or United? Which one would you like to start with?
I'm gonna start with Sisterhood Services first.
Okay. So tell us what that's about.
Sisterhood Services started me and my husband at the time. Um, he's like, you always doing everything. You're always trying to do this and this, and you're always selling different products. Let's go ahead and, let's get out there. I was like, okay. So I was looking for a name, and my spirit is always wanting to help somebody. I'm always somebody's little sister. I'm always trying to spread positivity around. So I got into doing that. And as I started into my brand, selling clothes such as jewelry, purses, um, that's how I came up with United. Um,
Oh,
to the point where I love having people. And I was like, you know what? I haven't have a way to fund United. And so that's how Sisterhood came along. So I sell products, I do different pop ups, I do different fundraising. So our website is www.sisterhood-services.com. Um, so if you find anything you love on there, definitely show us some love on there to support our love for United.
yes. And so, why do you find yourself helping people?
When
What is it?
I moved from Georgia about 8 years ago and moved to North Carolina, I fell in love with it. And I was like, I can never find anything to do. I can never find people to kind of help me. I
Yeah.
met Jonathan, who's over Blacktopia, and I started doing all kind of Blacktopia events. And I would ask a lot about business, and I would meet different business people, and they would learn to connect, but they didn't get the piece of networking. Um,
Mm,
and I was like, you know what? I just want to unite everybody together to network who are business people. And I kept telling him about it, and he's like, you know what? If it's in your heart, follow your dream. I was like,
mm,
let me start off. Let me start by doing that, because I've never met a stranger. Everybody is my friend. And once you become my friend, I try to take you in and duck you into our little family over here. And I just want to see people doing well. I get a great joy out of seeing people smile, seeing
yeah,
people do their best. It's something inside of me that when I see people doing good, it makes me feel good inside.
I
So,
know, doesn't it?
and I was thinking about being a social worker, but then it's like, it's that part of me that's like, I don't like the part of taking the kids, but let me find something that I truly love and make turn it into something. Let me take the love that I have for people and make it into a brand to definitely reach out to different people and see what I can come up with. And that's how I came up with my services.
See, that's cool because I'm like you. When you see the kids upset and stuff like that, but I think through all the services and all the products that you have, then you tend to heal the family
Yeah,
core. And so now, when that parent is healed, when that parent feels inspired and motivated, then that brings a family cluster together and makes it stronger, right?
right.
And so I'm like sometimes you see and you're like, okay, I need help with marketing. I don't know how to market, people who have a product or something, they're like, I don't know how to get out there. And so then, you might see somebody who's like, I don't really have a product, but I'm good at digital things. So, it's like always somebody who has like a missing piece. And I think sometimes people stop because they feel like, I don't know how to fill this void that I have. So
Right.
what would you say to somebody who's like in that position?
What I'll say is that's what my organization does. We try our best to, especially in our culture, especially African American people, we are afraid to make that first step. But I tell people we're going to look inside our own home first, our own culture. And then if we can't find what we're definitely looking for, we're going to branch out. Um, and you got to get out your comfort shell. Go to different business meetings, go to different groups, different activities, reach out to your local people that you're not used to. One thing I found was to get myself out my shell. When I moved here, I started watching your content and I started looking at different people you had. I was like, dang, I didn't know this was going on. And I was like, oh, wow. And then people's like, you live in Concord. It's a whole downtown area. It's a whole downtown area. So, so sometimes it takes you to just start there.
Like,
And I United connects people to the next person by using networking. So I want to hi Allie. She has her own podcast. She does great things for the community. You always see her in different groups. Let's see, can we reach out to her? Let's see how we can get her to market to start you off. Or we have Jonathan who does different activities for you. So it's just pushing people to the right people to kind of get them started, to kind of get them to get that ground footing and to kind of find out what their weekend, see what resources we have within our group to connect people to the next level. Sometimes you're wanting to give up is not the answer. Sometimes it's, hey, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How can I start there? Is there any programs out there that I can go to? A lot of people don't know that some of the local colleges offer free classes. They offer
mm,
you writing to help you get your business plan. They offer you ways to set up with the Small Business Association. So I've been taking these different classes to trying to provide people with the correct information to kind of guide them where they need to go. And we don't charge for those services. We do take donations, but it's free because I know when you're starting out for your business, you don't have a lot of funds sometimes. And you get discouraged. So you're doing your 9 to 5 to help network your entrepreneurship. So it's
right.
definitely people to definitely follow their resources that are free, um, that can kind of help them, so we can bring them along to the next level.
I love that because you're right, and you're right. It's so many resources out there. I mean, I've learned just from doing the show. I've been like, I didn't know y'all was doing that, but let me tell you, honey, in Charlotte Concord area, they doing something all the time. You get
Yes,
Jonathan Coleman, James Sherman Thompson. He got
yes,
Rock Hill covered. You get Chuck Brown, Brandon Chuck Brown in the Charlotte area. They're always out in the community. They
yes.
see the need and they're trying to fill the need. So I'm telling you, if there's something that's on your heart to do, maybe you don't want to be a founder of a organization, but you just want to be the support to that organization. Organizations need that. They need support. They need people doing administrative work. They need people sharing their content on social media to get the word out. So,
Yes.
sometimes, you think, well, I don't want to lead anything, but there's still something that you can do, right?
Always, always. And trust me, I'll take you. I will take I will take you. I will take
Right.
you.
And I think even when you're volunteering for organizations, you learn skills. And so
You
then when you're ready really to branch out, you've got these skills under your belt. And now, like Lawanda said, now you also have connections. Like when you want to do an event, you've been to these events and you supported these people. So now y'all have a repertoire. That's not the right word, but y'all in connection with one another. And so now you get to invite them to your event, because sometimes you're scared to have an event because you're like, who's gonna show up? How's
Right.
it gonna flow? What if it's only two people there? Well, I'm here to tell you, even if it's just two people there, and welcome those two people. Act like they're your best friends. They've been your long time customer. You never know who those two people know, right, Luanda?
You're right. I started off by just going to different people, just to see how they were, to kind of see how people work with different things, to see what they were doing. I've learned one time where just because you only have two likes doesn't mean that only two people saw. It could be that people are just looking and they forget to click. We had
Right.
an event, somebody said, "Oh, I went because you posted it, and I'm glad I came because I got to meet everybody." I was like, "Girl, I didn't see you like it." She was like, "Oh, I was busy. I didn't like it, but I came." I said, "And we welcome you. We welcome you."
Right, exactly. And that's another thing, we think those likes tell us what's really happening, but it's not always the case.
It is
Because like you said, people are scrolling through and they see that and they might jot it down on their calendar or something, and they keep scrolling because, that, hey, social media is social media, and
right.
there's all kinds of content out there. So people are putting you in their schedule or in their calendar, or, they know when you're going to be on a webinar, and so they click it to see what's happening. So y'all still be encouraged,
Yeah.
because that's what we want you to do. And if you're a little nervous, you're like, I don't want to go to this event by myself, reach out to somebody. Reach out to them. Hey, I saw, are you going to be there? Okay, I'm going to look for me. I'm going to have on the orange sweater, and, just kind of guide me through. You don't have to, one thing we do is because we don't want people to feel alone in the process, because like I said, we have been there. We know what it's like. And sometimes when you feel alone, you stop. And so, but you don't have to do that anymore, because we got sisterhood services. We have United. So tell us a little bit more about that. What else kind of events do you have coming up?
Well, I will be attending one of a great event on the 15th. So I will be at the Purpose and Pearls Quest and Test on the 15th.
Yeah.
I went last year, guys, and I had a wonderful time. I just felt so embraced. They had some great speakers, and I was, you know what? I got to get the same people who went last year to go with us this year. We got to definitely show support, because that's very, very important cause in the community. People don't realize it's women out here and who are in relationships where they don't know how to get out. They may just have that one chance to really get out. And these events are definitely there to motivate people to definitely raise funds and to raise awareness. Because if you're new to a city and you getting somebody and you don't know what's out there, you don't know where to go and who to go for those resources.
Right.
I definitely try at any time someone's in my circle to support their event. So we'll be out there selling products from purses to waist beads to dashikis to whatever we can to definitely raise funds to give back. So they'll be on October the 15th. Then on October the 22nd, United will have its first event. We got this big large field, and we're just gonna have our fall festival. We're gonna have bouncy houses for the kids. We're gonna have finger paint. We're gonna have tug of war. We're gonna have any kind of carnival game I can think of. I want to make sure I have. I want to
Right.
make sure kids can definitely let their hair down and just have some fun. We're gonna have some great vendors out there. We have one person who joined United, and her business called Tasty Treats. She makes some of the best lemonade I have ever had. I, I had some of her lemonade. I went to the fair and I was like, ugh. And I told her, I said, girl, you got a good product. She squeezes it right in front of you. Delicious. I have some people, Marie's home, who she helped me start United. She'll be out there selling her products. We'll also have Justin out there from Blacktopia selling his cancer raffle tickets. They're only $5. It's for a great cause. We definitely want to raise as much funds as we can for this event. I've already bought me some tickets, so I'm hoping to win one of those prizes.
I was like, oh, I didn't buy no tickets yet. I keep talking about it, but I ain't bought my tickets yet.
If you have
I'm
time,
gonna
you
get, I'm gonna
time.
get tickets. Don't you
We're
worry.
gonna. I want to buy more because I want everybody to outbeat me. I want that first prize. And we'll just have different things for kids. If you want to volunteer, you can definitely reach out to me on Facebook. But I definitely want to make it really, really interesting for the kids to have something to do. Um, just get them out there and just to spread United's name. I want to definitely let people know that if you're just starting out your business and you want help, we can definitely walk you through help. If you need help in marketing, we have great resources. We have you, we have Jonathan, we have another artist who she's a little out there. Her name is Bella Black. She's a recording artist. She's doing great in Atlanta. So she can definitely get some people names out there. So we have different stages if you want to go there. If you want to have people to make your shirts, you want to have people to make your uniforms, we have people who do that. So we definitely have connections. We want to definitely network you with somebody could get you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Um, so our group is definitely increasing, and we just invite people in a little at a time to definitely make sure it's successful. We don't want to set you up for failure. So if you have any questions, even if you think it's stupid, ask us. If we
Right.
don't know, we have attorneys that we know that we can kind of get some advice for you. We have a person who does bookkeeping. We can direct you there. So think outside the box. It's just not just for pop up and vendings. It's for anything you can think of in your business. We want to definitely see you succeed. We want to definitely see you be successful in whatever you're doing. What you think is important, I definitely think is very important.
Right. And I love that because I love what you said. We set you up for success. We don't want to see you fail. And I think a lot of times, and that's why we talk about this too, because a lot of times people have, maybe connected to somebody or maybe, jumped into something and it didn't go well. And but what I always tell people, it doesn't mean that your product is not good. It doesn't mean that your ability is not good. It's just that you need to tweak, the process. You need
Yeah,
to tweak how you do things, who you connect, how you market. So don't give up. If you got that goal or dream in your heart, and you keep saying, just like your husband told you, if it's in your heart, follow it. And that keeps you up at night. You're like, I can do that you
yes,
know, it's time maybe to, at least get the information, right?
right. And I tell people when you're starting out, people are now telling people don't set goals because goals mean you. I tell people there are a lot of different goals. You have some short term goals, you have some long term goals, and I also call them you have some fidgety goals because being fidgety means you can see yourself at the finish line, but along the way people come into your life for a reason. They're here for a season, and you're supposed to pick something up from them. And that means that you may have to tweak something along the way. You're gonna have hard, and the reason why you have those hardships is because when you get great in life and something kind of goes wrong, you've been through it. You know how to fix it without causing great damage to your brand. You know
Right.
how to pick yourself up and say, you know what? That's something small. I got this. We can do this, this, and this. So don't feel bad. Jot yourself down. People laugh at me all the time because I have notebooks full of different ideas, full of different things. And it's because I promise you, I'm going to come back around to it. I may can't get to it today, but I will come back around to it. And it may be insanity to everyone else, but it may be just your piece. And don't be afraid to ask questions. It's people out here who don't want to give you some good advice, but that means, hey, you're on to something good. You just got to go
Mhm.
out there and find a person who's willing to give you the advice. And to start off by researching what it is you want to do. Start researching who's around. It's okay if you want to start selling clothes. Figure out what kind of clothes, what's your style, who also sells your brand, who also sells kind of close to it. Go into that store and kind of get some feedback. If
Right.
they don't want to get information, scope them out a couple of days. Scope out around yourself. It's ways to get that information, and you have people here who will help you along the way to get that information. Kind of deter you in the right way to get what you really need.
Exactly. And what you were just saying, I'm a true believer of that. If it's somebody you think you want to connect with, like say LaWanda, you're listening to her today, you're like, okay, she seems pretty genuine. Well, continue to watch her, you know, continue to see, go to the event, see how she interacts, see how she shows up, and then reach out to her. A lot of times we jump into things again,
Yeah,
but it's okay. Now, we're not saying 2 years from now. And now, if that's your time and then that's when it's going to be for you, it's okay with that too. But
yeah.
sometimes we waiting on the perfect timing, waiting on when everything's aligned correctly. I'm here to tell you, it don't work like that.
I've
Just
never had it was perfect. I will say that I've never had it where something was perfect. I had to make the moment sometimes, and I had to get out my own way
yeah.
because you'll talk yourself out of some things. You'll talk yourself out of some things, and you'll miss out on some great opportunities.
Yes, that is the truth. Some great opportunities, some great people, because I know there are people out there, like she said, who would try to get over on you, but there really are people who will support you, people
Yeah,
who see the good that you're doing, and because of the good you're doing, they want to push it. Because look, I have had people on the show who are like in California and different places, but I push it because I'm like, hey, I have family in the area, or I have
yeah,
friends who are out in that area. So if they get the word out on what they're doing, maybe it will impact my friends or my family, you
yeah.
know? So I listen, if you're doing something good in the community, I don't have enough days in my calendar to get all the people on the show that I want to have on the show, but because there's so much going on.
It
And
is.
again, I think when you're in your house and you're not doing anything, you go from work to home to church, back home to the grocery store, you don't see what the opportunities are. And you can connect with people anywhere through social media, through Zoom, and different things like that. Again, you have to be careful, be watchful before you
Yeah,
invest. And maybe you're not ready to invest, but again, you get the information. Okay, what do I need to do? How much is this going to cost me? And you just put it in your plan, you put it in your budget. There's ways to make it happen, right?
right. If and I tell people your internal clock, and we call it a women intuition. Men have it too. Your energy from someone, if it's not right, then that's the time you need to step back, do a little research, ask yourself, okay, I'm not going to invest my whole self, but I'm gonna start researching what I need to do, how this person can benefit me, how I can benefit that person, and
Right.
see if it still feels the same way. If you still feel kind of off, go with your gut. Don't Those red flags are there for a reason. Um, and I think also it's good to listen to what other people say about people, but then also keep in mind some people don't want to share you. I had a client tell me, she's like, I had a friend who told me you smile too much, you're too positive, and sometimes it's just not always good. I was like, why?
Hmm. What?
It's like because she was like, nobody's always happy all the time like that. And she said, I kept watching you. And I was like, dang, maybe she's keeping her for herself. She said, and the whole
Mhm.
time she was using you, using your stuff, using your ideas. And she said, the only way I caught it was because you did a video that day talking about a person, but you didn't use their brand yet. And come to find out it was her. And she said, I was hurt. She said, but I learned that sometimes you can't listen to what everybody has to say because you never know what you're going to be. And I thought about that. I said, I've done that. People say, well, this person, does this and does that. And I told myself, when it comes to business, I'm going to see for myself. I'm not going to take somebody out because of business, maybe personal, but business, I'm going to give them a try. I'm always going to research first and then go. I don't try to downplay because sometimes we want that crab in the bucket mentality. But
Right.
I tell people, it's so many different kind of breads out there. Sometimes the same kind of recipe, we tweak it just a little. So think about it. People can sell bread. You can sell whatever you're selling.
That's right. That's right. And that is so true. That is a neat concept. They badmouth you to other people because they just want to keep you for themselves. Ain't that something? Wow. But like you said, and even in business, like you said, like I've had some people that business with me and them was not too good, but I see them do business with other people and they do it well. So it just you never know the situation. Maybe,
Right.
this person will work for you better than just say for me because maybe we really weren't going in the same direction or we didn't have the same idea, for my brand or their brand or whatever. So it's so many different things, and I say all the time, we fall out with our family members, we fall out with our friends sometimes, we be upset with them, we don't want to talk to them for the day, but we don't give up on them, we don't go around bad mouthing them. So, at least, just pray for the person and just keep going your way. I love it. I'm excited. You talking about the fall festival. I was like, yes, she got them old school games and stuff for the kids. That's the stuff I grew up on, honey. I want
I
to
was
come get in the tug of war line.
trying to think outside the box. I was like, what is it? We're in this big field. And I've been to some fall festival and people, I don't understand, people have to charge for different things. Um, and so we will charge for little small things. Like one of my favorite ones is, I was like, what is it that if you're a business person that you'll want your kids to have? A savings. So we're going to do pumpkin piggy banks. So the kids can sit there and they can pick their piggy bank. And so it depends on, the parent who want to participate in it. You could pay, I think it's going to be $5, and you can have your kid paint. Now, because COVID minded, if you want to buy your kids their own smock, then it's like an extra dollar or something more. But that's a great way to start your kid out by getting them a savings and start. So I'm trying to come up with games and activities that will not only start you thinking for yourself, but also thinking for your kids. Get them kind of active, get them to do different things. So I kind of did a poll among some kids, like, what would you like to do? Like, I want to win a little medal. I was like, girl, I got you. Let me do that race. Let me do tug of war. I said, you know what? I'm gonna come up with some different games myself. I'm gonna reach out to some people and just come up with something that's fun that can kind of get that energy off. Let them eat, sit down, do some games. Let them do some coloring. Coloring is free. Let your kids color. Let them sit down and kind of network with different kids. Some kids go to different schools. Let them meet new friends. Let them try to start a brand. Let them get into the process of it. And as you're an adult, walk around, have fun with your kids. It's okay to do a 3-legged race with your kid and see can you win. So I just want to make sure it's fun. Something that I thought it was going to be like a 50 people that was going to buy tickets, and I went to support a friend, Miss Trinice Brown. She's in Salisbury, and she's doing Food Truck Tuesdays. And I was like, I want to go Food Truck Tuesdays. So we went out there, and my mind forgot parking. I panicked. I told my husband, like, all these people out here, I forgot about parking for our event.
Oh, yeah.
He said, you thought I was going to walk? I said, I don't know what I was thinking, sir. So we have over 200 tickets sold. I'm like, what I'm going to do? But it's the fun part of that it lets me know that people love their kids and people love this community.
Yes.
So it's about definitely just reaching out, bringing people, say, hey, let me promote your brand. And I think that's what I want to do. It's different people going to come who don't know me. I can definitely push out people from United, push their brand off on them, let them know what they're doing, because these people have been hiding. Let's get them out there. Let's see what we can generate for them. So if you're out there, stop by our information table. Let us get your information. Let us share it. Definitely. Get you on some shows, get you on some different programs, because people want to know you. They want to buy your brand. They want to buy what you have. Or guess what? If you have a service, you need those services. Do massages, please let me know about it. You got your own, you understand me? No, I need to come visit you. And if somebody out who's watching, if you make, they call it Butterflies. It's got the oatmeal bottom and the chocolate top. If you sell those, reach out to me. I have people who want to buy those. We're willing to pay bunches of money.
And what's this again?
They call it
Let's see if I can know how to make. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like old school. I used to have them in school, in Georgia, and I know other schools probably had them. But it's like an oatmeal bottom, and the top was chocolate. It's like a chewy. I know they make them in my whole town, but I haven't found them Carolinas who can make them yet. But if anybody sells those, I have about 50 people who are willing to buy at least 2 or more. So you will make a killing on sweets alone if you come selling those items. So if you know the recipe, you can reach me, LaWanda K on Facebook.
Right. I love it. And see, that's something I don't do. And I mean, I hope you find that person, but I'm not gonna try to jump on that because there's money to it, because I don't do it.
Right,
And I think sometimes people jump into stuff where they think the money is. And it's
right.
really not what you do. It's not what's in your heart, but you're trying to do it because that's where the money is. But I'm learning, if you flow with the passion that's on the inside of you, your
Yeah,
skill set, it's gonna come. Don't just try to jump where the money is, because I can go out there and I can go get these tickets made up. I can find the recipe.
yeah,
I don't want my name out there for people knowing I made that. No, that's
yeah.
gonna be a
You
disaster.
selling it? Oh, don't
Like,
say
don't go to Allie. She can't do it. Well, if she can't bake, I ain't going on the show. Tell nobody I ate that stuff. No. You gotta find who you are and where you fit in. And that's a really important aspect of
it
life.
is. If you got a passion, go for it. This is your calling. You watching this today is me telling you. You have a passion and you don't know where to start, or you've got a passion and you're scared for it. Trust me, it's someone out here who can connect you to someone or to get you there. Because trust me, they're waiting on you too. It's brands out here are waiting on you to start.
Right.
If you
Right.
don't you're telling people, hey, I don't have any shirts made. I know 50 people right now who can make your shirt, different brands. They got different prices. You pick what's best for you. So
Mhm.
don't let that stop you from getting started. Um, definitely. And if you have a brand where you say, you know what, my sales are not doing good, what is that you can help me? Just reach out. I tell people it's free. It's not gonna hurt you to reach out. It's not gonna hurt you to start somewhere. And if we can't help you, I want to definitely find someone who can help you. So we're not gonna let you fail. We're not gonna let you be turned away. I'm gonna try to figure out everything in my head. I'm gonna schedule a meeting with you. Say, hey, let's figure this out. Where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself? Um, because it's people out here. There's people out here that are definitely needing you, and you're needing them.
Yes. I love that. I mean, really, because, people are nervous, they're scared, and you're like, okay, Lawanda, let me sit down and have this conversation with her, because, I mean, it's important. It really is. And I mean, it helps you sleep at night. I'm
Yeah,
going to talk about me. It's so many times I've been like, oh, I should have done this. Or, I saw a post on Facebook, and I've said this on the show before, and it was 4 years later. You know how your memories come up? And I was like, where would I be if I had stuck to the course, stayed on course 4 years ago? Now, I wasn't trying to beat myself up, but I was trying to encourage myself. So,
right,
4 years from now, I don't want this post to come up and be like, oh, dang, I stopped again. So I was like, no matter where, I'm going to keep moving. No matter how
right,
slow, no matter, things come one at a time. But even if I see that post and I'm not where I want to be, I'm not going to be where I was.
right.
So,
On, on that topic, I tell people, um, I'm not going to be the same me I was yesterday. I'm not going to be the same me I was a week ago. But my goal has always been, when next year comes around, I want to be different. I want to be. I want to do better for myself. And I'll use my husband as an example. I got with him, and his family like, oh, he's not gonna do this. I said, well, as long as he's willing to change and he's willing to do something better, we're gonna see. He went from a job he loved to help people, only making $600 every 2 weeks.
oh, wow.
So I said, you could do better than that. He's like, yeah, but if I stop doing this, I said, but guess what? If you do better for yourself, you can help the community. Don't let that stop you from doing what you want to do. You can still help people, but you got
Right.
to help yourself. So he started
Yeah.
doing better, switched jobs, did this different to today. He's now a supervisor at a different location. He has time to put in for his community events. And I tell people, I said, he's working on brotherhood services because our name is really brotherhood and sisterhood services. So
Oh,
until he get his brotherhood right, I'm gonna hold the front and be the sisterhood that he needs. So I tell him, look where you were making $600 every 2 weeks. So now you're making maybe triple that. I said, but you still doing something that you love. You still hands on, and you still can give back to the community. So as long as you're not the same person you was yesterday, today you did fine. Even one person, you help one person at a time, or you sell one item, and you did the best at selling that person that item, and you gave
Right.
them all your attention, and you gave them the best customer service, and they come back and buy again, guess what? You're on the
Yes.
way for repeat customer. That person is going to tell somebody, hey, look what kind of service I get. That's going to now triple to 2 people, which that 2 people can now triple to 4 people, and it's going
Right.
to keep doubling. And before you know it, your brand is going to be where you need it to be. But you got to focus on one task at a time, slow and steady. It will win the race. Just
Yes.
are not where you're at today. We have people who focus on credit, so we can get you where you need to focus at today. It's not the end of the world. We can get you done numbers. We can get you different places. So
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry,
Okay, no. I was like, is it me or did okay, go ahead.
but it's not the end of the world. You can definitely get to where you need to go to. So I definitely tell people, if you're having doubts or you think you're not doing your best, sometimes you are. Sometimes it's just that you gotta find out what you're doing wrong, sit down and assess it, get your pros and your cons, and get a plan. Make
Yeah.
sure you're not skipping steps because you see Sally skip a step. Sally's on a different goal than you are. Don't compare yourself to Sally because you never know. Sally may be just hiding what that she don't want the world to see, and you're just seeing what she's showing you, and you're giving out your truth, thinking that she's giving you that her truth. So as long as you focus on yourself, focus on your brand, focus.
See, people are trying to make connection with Lawanda right now. I'm sure she's getting a phone call.
Yeah, it's everybody want to call me doing. Everybody want to call me when I'm doing the interview.
That means people reach somebody like, ooh, let me call her right now.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm still doing the interview.
That's good. I love it. I love it. So see, she's still growing. I mean, they with the husband and his part and the brotherhood and stuff. I mean, it's still growing. She's still developing. She's still evolving. And
Yeah,
so the same thing with you whenever you begin, every day you're gonna evolve. Every day, just like with the show. I mean, used to be we started it was just radio and I didn't have to people didn't have to see me, I didn't have to see them, I could have my curlers in my hair, whatever. But like even today, like traveling and stuff, and I'm like, okay, now y'all got to get in the kitchen or y'all got to go over here because I got to do this interview, you know. But I just keep it going. Before that would really freak me out, like, oh, every time I'm ready to do an interview they want to move around. It would freak me out. But now I'm just like, okay, well, where y'all gonna sit at? Okay, well, I'm gonna go over here. It's okay. we
yeah.
we making this interview happen regardless. People grilling on the grill. It's okay.
And I
But
like that. You know, we got a third business. I didn't even mention that, which is Munchie's Grill, and the ties right on in. Please buy
come
some.
on, tell us about that.
Well, Munchie Grill started. Well, it's my husband's love. So he's like, you know what? He networks with everybody. So I tell everybody, I said, y'all always eating like you got the munchies, and my nickname is Munchie from my
Oh,
home.
okay.
So I was like, you know what, Munchie's Grill. So we sell plates. Some a majority of the time, but because I'm doing this festival, I'm like I can't cook and focus and do this at the same time. But
Right.
I had people say, "Can you please just sell it?" And my husband's best thing is his ribs. They're fall off the bone. They're delicious. So we have a competition of me selling everything else, and he sells his ribs. And no
Uh-huh.
matter sell 5 items, my sides are sell because I make the best honey butter cornbread you can eat, the best collard greens you can think you could tell from Southwest Georgia.
Oh,
But
mm-hmm.
I can't compete with these people in the Carolinas about their ribs. These people love ribs.
Yes, we do. You making me real hungry right now.
Yes. So I tell
Okay.
him, well, on the 21st, I'm gonna do a plate. So I'm telling everybody now, so we'll be doing plates on the 21st because I don't want to sell food on the 22nd. I want to focus on the games, but he wants to sell food, so we're gonna have to compromise.
Right, right. That's how you do it.
Yes, but
Okay.
like I tell people, you can have a different hustle. I have a lot. I just don't mention them all. But
Yeah.
my passion is helping others get to where they need to succeed. And if you're listening to this today, it's on my heart just to help people. So uh, if you do have any concerns, reach out. And if you don't feel comfortable with this is your message for you to find someone you can confide in. Having a mentor is also great.
Yeah.
I have one with my full time job, so I have one with where I speak to on a weekly basis, just to kind of give you that push. So just because you think you're reaching out, that's not a downfall. That's actual blessing in disguise.
Mm-hmm. And that is so true. I tell people all the time about coaching and therapy, whatever you need,
Yes.
invest in that, because again, a lot of times it is mindset. Sometimes it's what people have said of your life, and you've heard it for so long, it's ingrained in you. So
Yeah.
you need other people to speak well of you, to remind you of who you are and whose you are, and that you can overcome whatever situation you've been in. Just like, with domestic violence, we have so many people who are thriving from, they were in that situation, but they got out and now they're thriving. Now they're helping other people who are diagnosed with cancer and other different diseases. And you just feel like, "Ah, my life is coming to an end," but they're living through their diagnosis. They're
Right.
living and helping other people to live and to know about opportunities. Miss Judith Brown, Chuck's wife, she helps these people with disabilities because, a lot of times you think, well, okay, I can't get any help. I can't get to appointments. I don't have transportation. I can't drive, but there's transportation services out there, but you didn't know. So it's just so important to, try to get connected somewhere and ask these people that you connect to, who else do you know? What other kind of, and let them know what you need.
Right.
Because, there might be a million things out there and we're telling you about a lot of stuff that you don't need. So like LaWanda's saying, be specific about what you do need so we know to connect you to the right person.
Yeah. And be honest with yourself. I think that's a lot of times we tell ourselves, oh, I try to get people out of this. That and it's a mindset that I call it the superhero syndrome. And it's like you tell people, oh well, I know I get paid next week. So if I do X, Y, Z, I can do I can do this, I can do that. No, no. Don't count on that. Count on what
Mhm.
you have right now. What's your weakness right now? What can we guarantee right now? Because you're looking for the future, but you can't count on that right now. We need to focus on what you have right now so we can get to your future. And I tell people sometimes willing to help people doesn't mean that you give it all you got. Sometimes it's telling yourself, hey, I'm not great at setting up Microsoft and doing Excel sheets, and I don't know how to use Canva to make this. Okay, well, we have somebody who does. What else, can you tell me what you're wrong at? Well, I do a budget for myself. And I said, okay, what do you have in your budget? Oh, well, I don't want to go over this amount of money. Okay, what do you spend it on? Uh, so yeah, your weakness is setting up your budget. Even though you have a budget, you don't have a detailed budget. You just know amount of money that you have. So I tell people sometimes you can think you're on the right track, and sometimes you're skipping over that step. And it's okay to slow down because you can find out by doing some of the simple things, it saves you in the long run. It saves you in overdoing, trying to make up. It saves you from double booking yourself because you're telling people, you know what, yeah, I could do this. And you didn't write it down and you've already told Johnny that I so some
People do
and
that.
and that's getting your brand messed up because people are thinking that hey, you don't want to do it. In reality, you just double book because it's
Right.
your heart. Getting organized, writing things down to make sure that you're putting your best self forward. Set yourself up with a calendar. Set yourself with an appointment book. Have your stuff all seen line on the internet, then having it written down. So if you're out and about, oh, one moment, let me just make sure I'm available. Or
Right.
tell people, you know what, send me an email so I can look at it and I'll get back to you. So some
Right.
it's just you becoming more organized with yourself, setting yourself up for success instead of setting yourself up for failure.
And that is so true. I mean, and even if you do double book, it's okay just to call those people and say, okay, I double booked.
Yeah,
I didn't have my calendar with me. I wasn't thinking. I forgot I had this already in place. So, okay, can I reschedule to do this event a different time? Or can I, connect you to somebody who does the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Again, just being honest. And we do that sometimes when we want to help everybody, but it's okay. It's okay. It happens. Just like
yes,
I was talking to LaWanda, I was like, girl, we're on this family vacation. I don't even know from time day to day what's happening. I'm usually a little bit more organized, but this is what we got. And I mean, it's life, and because she knows that and I think too, you have to take that in consideration when you think about working with people. They have to understand, but if somebody's just rigid, 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 maybe that's not the person you need to work with. Some
Mhm.
people need rigid, 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 but if you don't, then that's okay.
Yes, and then that's fine, because finding someone, sometimes you need the balance, but then you got to realize life happens, and you got to realize everybody is not for your brand, and sometimes you're not for their brand. You just finding people, like I said about the bread. Everybody needs bread sometimes, but guess what? You might need keto bread. You know, they have gluten free bread. You might need wheat bread, wheat with everything bread. So it's finding what fits you, finding what fits you. And I try to give you guys an example because I had somebody who's like, I'm going to start selling this, but she sells this. So I'll buy from you because I like you. You're nice. You're friendly. That person doesn't seem approachable.
Right.
So her business is not doing good because she's not approachable. I said, but hey, you can get out there and sell.
Right.
It's just being encouraged and realizing that it's a lot of different things I hear people do, but it's how you do it that's how people come to you.
Exactly, exactly. And even though it might be the same product, I don't know, you might add a little brown sugar to yours, makes it taste
Yeah.
different. You might add a little honey or something. So yours might be a little bit different than theirs. So it's okay. I mean, there are a million books on the bookshelf, but guess what? There's still room for yours
Yes.
because whatever your topic is, somebody needs that. So be encouraged. So I'm going to take this opportunity. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to play this video by Eric Garcia. He's not really telling a story that he experienced, but he's telling a story that um, if somebody else's story. But we were at an event and he was telling us this story, and now it's just really become my passion to show it just about every show that I can. So we're gonna take this quick break, but we'll be right back with Lawanda, and she's gonna remind us how we can follow her, how we can get some plates, some ribs. Yeah, we like ribs. Find out about the event, how we get tickets, and all that good stuff. So y'all stay tuned for the good information. So we'll be right back with more.
So let me try to explain it in a story. And it was not my own story, but it's a good one to understand it. So I went to a construction site and I saw three masons doing their thing. I went to the first one and said, okay, John, what are you doing? Well, I'm just laying bricks, just doing it all day long, just laying bricks. I'm actually quite good at it. Okay. So, Bill, what were you doing? Well, I'm actually creating a wall, firm wall. Keep the wind out, the elements out. Okay, thank you. So Pete, what are you doing? Well, I'm actually building a cathedral. What I'm doing is participating in this grand work of creating a cathedral, leaving a legacy, giving people a place where they can pray, be at peace, find each other. And they were all basically doing the same thing, but from a different vision.
I love hearing that story because, like he's saying, it's three different people, and they're all bricklayers. They all have bricks. They all have the same kind of tools, and basically doing the same process. But one is just, I'm out here just laying bricks. This is my job. I'm doing this. That's what I'm supposed to do. Then the other one was like, I'm building a wall. So he had a little bit further vision. But then the third one was like, I'm building a cathedral. I'm part of this group of people who are out here working, but I'm building a cathedral. This cathedral is where people can come worship. This is a place where people can bring their family. This is a place where people can lay down their burdens. This is a place where people create legacy and memories. And so I love playing that video because in your life, what are you doing? Are you just waking up every day, laying some more bricks, hoping that something will come of it? Or are you building a wall? Because sometimes when we build walls, we kind of build ourselves behind those walls and we can't get to all the good stuff on the other side. But at a cathedral, all are welcome. You're building legacy. You're building memories. So, what are you doing with your life, with your skill set, with your goals and dreams? Are you building a cathedral? So, I always like to show that video because, it just makes people think. Look, I'm outside, y'all, and there's stuff flying around. But in this, with making connections, we're making connections with LaWanda. We're making connections with Jonathan. We're making connections with JT. But let me talk about right now again this Black family reunion, Charlotte. It go to the website www.bfrclt for Black Family Reunion Charlotte.com. BFRCLT.com is from 8 to 8. It's happening on October 15th. 8 a.m. starts with a breakfast. It's a unity breakfast. Um, let's see. Then there's a march happening all in the same day and in the same event. There's a march from 12 to 1. It's hosted by Butterfly Life and 411 for Women, and is celebrating with the Black Family Reunion, Purple and Pearls. Purple and Pearls, the facilitator for that is Nicole Williams. There's different speakers, Tiffany Brown, who we had on the show before, Denny Smith, who we've had on the show, and several other speakers. LaWanda said she was going to be there, have an informational table. It's from 8 to 8. Listen, it's going to be an awesome event. And please go to the website because some things are free. Listen, some things are free, but some things are ticketed. So make sure you go to the website to see which is which. But it's going to be a great event. Have your take your family out. And then, like she was saying, Jonathan Coleman, who's the greatest PR around in Charlotte area, he's over Blacktopia and the Media Blast. So Media Blast is hosting. They're doing a raffle for Blast Against Cancer, and so they're doing a raffle, $5 tickets. The gala is happening in Richland, South Carolina, the Richland Community Activity Center. The host of that event will be with us on Monday, so make sure you tune in for more about that. So there's just so many things going on. But another great thing is Tiffany Brown is, trying to collect clothing, shoes, hats, socks, undergarments. And if you want to be able to give to her, schedule a pickup, schedule a drop off, the number you should call for that is Project Safe Haven, and it's 877-245-SAFE. That's 877-245-SAFE. And so, Alan, send me a quick message. Is LaWanda back with us? If not, can you put her banners up where she can be contacted? And so our guest today has been LaWanda Kay. She's the founder of Sisterhood Services and co-founder of, that's her website. Sisterhoodservices.com is the website where you can find out more about what they have going on. They are having a fall festival on October 22nd. They're selling plates, ribs, and things October 21st. So if you want to know more about that. And also her email is sisterhoodservices@gmail.com. That's sisterhoodservices@gmail.com. That's LaWanda K. Fair. And she's, like she said, she's trying to connect the community together, bring us united, because I need help. She needs help, so let's help each other. There's things I can do that she can't do. There's things she can do that I can't. There's people who's baking, like her husband's cooking the meals and stuff. You don't want me to cook for you, but you have a place where you can find it. So, you guys can always follow us. Send us email at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@aliciajohnson.com. If you want to schedule an interview, you can always go to the link calendly.com/Making Connections TV. That's calendly.com/Making Connections TV if you want to be a guest on the show. We are here every Saturday at 12 noon and every Monday at 2 p.m. bringing inspiration and motivation. Fourth Monday is always James JT Thompson with us. and he brings us the motivation, to end a month and then bring the new month in on a good foot. So we've got some really good shows coming to the end of the year. If you're thinking about being on the show, you better hit that link pretty quickly. I think we only have like 6 slots open, because people are really knowing that we really have a passion, and our heart really is to promote people and events in the community. So I definitely hit that link. If it fills up for this year, keep going into 2023. We are changing some things up. We're going to be running some campaigns for some people for the end of the year, products and services that they have going on, and discounts and things. So, if you need some advertisement, hit us up. We're about promoting others, but we're also promoting, some of the great things that Making Connections with Allie has going on. And I love what LaWanda was talking about, because we are also, we're teaching businesses how to make income on and offline. I can help you launch your own show. I can help you go live. If you're somebody who's nervous about going live and talking about your services or products, listen, I can help you. I have lots of tips and things. I've been doing this for a minute, so I know a thing or two. So hit us up. We're definitely in the financial services industry. We want incomes to be protected, families to be covered, in case, because you never know when life happens. And so you want to be as prepared as you can, because the more you're prepared when it happens, you can just go through your grief process. You don't have to figure out, well, how's this going to work? How are we going to do this? How are we going to, there's so many things that you can prepare for ahead of time. Even like LaWanda was talking about budgeting, it's not about just saying, okay, well, I got rent, lights, and stuff like that. Where are you really spending your money? And so we do detailed budgets, to show everything. So we can help you put a plan in place. So reach out to me. Again, the information is the email is info@aliciajohnson.com, info@aliciajohnson.com. And also, if you want to schedule to be a guest on the show, or just schedule to make an appointment, go to calendly.com/Making Connections TV. Again, follow us on Facebook. Listen, we need some I can't even say the word subscribers on YouTube. I changed it up, when I went from being a partner to, just doing this on my own. So we need some subscribers on our YouTube page, Making Connections with Allie. So that's all we have for you today. But we love you. We appreciate your support. And if there's anything we can do for you, if you didn't get LaWanda's information, reach out to me. We're going to show that one more quick time before we go. The website is sisterhoodservices.com. That's sisterhoodservices.com. And then her email, same thing, sisterhoodservices@gmail.com, I believe. So the email, sisterhoodservices@gmail.com. All right, well, you all go and have a great day. And as always, until next time, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and great vibes. Have a great day.